Hi everyone, this is Patty Barr. I'm the director of iCater, which is the Iowa Center for Assistive Technology, Education and Research here at the University of Iowa College of Education. Today, we're continuing our app and Chrome webinars with an iOS app called SnapType. And SnapType is a free app. Hello, we're just getting started. SnapType is a free app that was developed by an occupational therapist, so you know it's good. I love my OTs. And it's right here on my iPad. So we're going to go ahead and look at SnapType. And actually, it looks kind of like this when you first start it. So you can make a new document, or you can get a new folder. Did I mention this is a free version? The free version, you can only have 3 documents in it. And this is the free version that I'm showing you today. The $3.99 version, you can have more than 3 documents in your app. And you can make it so that it looks a lot more like paper. It's not just black on white. So is when you want to get a new document, I'm clicking on it instead of going into my iPad. When you want a new document, you can either go to your library and get something, or you can use your camera to make a new document. And what I did was I used my camera to take a picture of a worksheet. So first time, this is the worksheet that I took a picture of. And what you can do with that worksheet, once you've got it in there, is you can type on it. So if you've got students that are struggling with handwriting, they can have their worksheet scanned in, or you can just take a picture of it, and then you can use this as your input. So I'm just going to touch here up by my name, and so I can type in my name, capital P-A-T-T-I space B-A-H-R. Okay, and this little slider up at the top allows me to change the size of the font. So I can make it really big, or I can make it really teeny tiny. And once I've got it the size that I want, I can also move it around on my screen. So I can drop it and just drop and drag anywhere I want it to be. And this is my test. So what's your favorite color? I can just touch there and say purple. And there's purple in my, this is just my standard keyboard, and I'm just going to use that. So it's got some word prediction just in your standard keyboard. So you could use any keyboard that you wanted. And again, I can change the size of that font. And does it change it all? No, it only changes the font that I'm working on right there. So I can make that fit where I want it to. And again, I can move it around. So then I can save it. So this little arrow, this box with the arrow is always your upload. So I can upload this as an image or a PDF or a SnapType document. And if I want to save it as an image, it's going to ask me where I want it to go. So these are all the places I could send it to. These are all the places on my iPad, as well as more that I could be sending this to. So when I did this before, I just saved it. I could save it in notes. I could save it wherever I wanted to, and which is pretty cool. Or I could copy it, or print it, or save it as an image. And again, there's more, and lots of ways that I can save my document. But if I want to just save it here on my iPad, I can just say save. Now, you might wonder, okay, so what's it look like when you first take a picture of your document? I'll show you the first one that I took, and it's this one. And if you look at it, it's sideways on the page. This doesn't work in landscape, so when I rotate the iPad around, it doesn't go the right way. So this was the first one I took, and it was like, ugh, geez, do I have to just take the picture the right way? I don't have to just take the picture the right way. When I'm in this area, which is kind of my main screen, I can swipe to the left, and up comes, I can rename this document, I can move it, I can edit it, I can delete it. I'm just going to edit it, and what I can do, there's some arrows over here, so I can, let's see if I can make my screen a little bigger for you again. I can use these arrows over here to rotate my document. So I'm going to rotate it with that first one. And then over here, I can crop it. So maybe I don't want all this black stuff off to the side. So I'm just going to crop, and I can drag wherever I want, make it the size that I want. And then I'm going to hit this one up here and say save. And here's my test, the way it should look. So again, I took the picture, I edited it, and I saved it. And the other thing you can do is you can kind of put things in different folders. So here's the home, and we're in test February 2016. So if I go back to home, I have a document in my home page as well as a folder. And if I open up that folder, that's where the one is that I just modified. Of course, I've got the free version, so I can only have 3 in here. But if you had the $4 version, you could put a whole bunch of things in here. So that's kind of cool. Up here on the upper left is your settings, and this is another way to take a new document. And then this settings here is how you would upgrade, or you could use iCloud. So we're just going to go back and go back to that settings again. This is an easy way to contact the company. You can rate it, and then here's an instructions, which I always like it when there's instructions right there. You can just swipe through the instructions. It's a pretty easy app. They do a nice job of showing you how to use it, and just a pretty simple app. And then you can exit. So I think this is a real nice, especially for even adults that need to fill out a form, whether that's a test in math or some sort of worksheet that you'd be using in school or some other form. You can take a picture of it, write on top of it, and then save it. This one I saved actually as an image in my photos. So went to my photos, and there's my document again. I just saved it after I'd taken the first part of the test. 3 oranges, 2 apples equals 6. Darn, I didn't get that one right. But I saved this as an image. It's a picture. I could then email this or send it any way that I would use my pictures, send my pictures around. Do you have any questions for me? Pretty simple app, but I think it's pretty effective.